Well, loss is part of life, but when you're grieving, there's no guidebook or roadmap to help you find your way. You just have to get through it.
Yeah, in one Newton County town, people struggling with sadness are getting some help. Not from a counselor, but from a dog. The Fox Medical team's Beth Galvin is here with that story. Beth?
And Lisa and Russ, this dog, whose name is Jovie, has to be the most mellow dog you have probably ever seen. If you want to pet her, great. If not, that's okay too. She'll just sit there and be with you. Without even saying a word, Jovie has become a healer of the hurting.
That's a good girl.
There is something about seeing Jovie arriving at Maryville Assisted Living in Oxford that brings World War II veteran Ross Bacon to his knees, wanting to get closer, remembering his dogs.
I didn't have any money, but I had dogs in Kentucky. Dogs don't turn on you, do they?
No, sir.
And this dog is special.
Her job is to come in and be loved on.
Adam and Angie Cooper first saw the Shepherd mix rescue just before Christmas on an adoption poster at their vet's office.
And the picture just drew us in. It was amazing how her eyes just sort of spoke to us. And we went and met her, and the rest is, I guess, dog history. We adopted her just before Christmas.
And the more time the Coopers spent with Jovie, the more they realized she might be the perfect helper for Adam's grief therapy work here at Caldwell and Cowan Funeral Home.
We weren't sure what kind of response we would get.
But Jovie just seems to connect.
It's almost as if people kind of just let go of the bad feelings when they're petting and when they're loving on her.
She doesn't judge or tell you to move on.
If you've loved somebody for 35 or 40 years and they're suddenly gone, it's going to take a while to get over that.
And she's now part of the free weekly grief support groups here.
And then as the group starts sharing, we let her just off leash, and she'll go around and she'll meet people.
Sensing when someone needs her.
I had a lady that's in one of our groups tell us recently, you know, I was having a bad day. I wasn't trying to show I was having a bad day, and she walked right up, put her head in my lap, and it brightened my day. Time to go to work. Load up. Good girl.
And Jovie is not just a grief dog.
Every time I open the van to take her somewhere, she's like, let's go.
She's also a registered therapy dog, visiting with Maryville's Martha Borders.
Did you grow up with dogs?
Oh, yes.
Yeah?
Yes, I did.
You remember Miss Margaret?
And Margaret Adams.
There are some that will just stop everything they're doing just to have a moment with her.
You know, they go through grief because a lot of these are leaving homes, and so there is a grief to that for a lot of them and an adjustment period. So I think that we can use Jovie in that respect a lot.
Adam hopes that Jovie, who's now almost 3, will have a long career ahead of her, healing one ear scratch at a time.
Oh, my goodness.
And Jovie goes to work with Adam every morning during the weekday, and she's part of 4 different grief support groups now. When she's not interacting with group members or walking around the funeral home, she naps. And Adam says he has heard of other funeral homes that are now turning to dogs like Jovie to try to draw people out, Russ and Lisa. And really, there is nothing like that unconditional love when you're hurting.
Just hearing the laughter from the people taking Jovie in really makes it's heartwarming.
As you say, mellow. Boy, she just was resting there, wasn't she?
She just slept through the interview.
Just loved it. All right, thanks, Beth.